And now the next update, why am I even doing this? The giveaway was the beginning of what is to be coming relatively soon. I'm going to be teaching a really cool course that is all about storytelling. And it's done in a way that enables people to own their story, trust your voice, and do something really cool with it, regardless of whether you're in academia, whether you're in corporate America, nonprofit, indie music, wherever you happen to be. This is something I've spent my entire life crafting, becoming a person that can do storytelling in such a way that it invokes mystery and intrigue in a way that considers everybody. It's not that as a storyteller, we want to be the center of attention. Usually, if you're a good storyteller, you usually pull yourself out of the story and you let the person that's listening to it and engaging with it have it take on a life of its own for them. There's so much to why this is important for the world to heal and to stop being the broken mess that it is. So I will leave that alone for now, but I will just say that I'll have a link here in a second that is going to open up to the course that I'm teaching the very first time in February. If this sounds at all interesting to you, I'd invite you to check it out. I'm calling it Shhpeak Up. We'll get into why that is later, but for now, I just want to invite you to check that out. And I really want to help people who are in the decision-making, the initial decision-making process of their lives, meaning when they're students of any kind, when they are either in some form of education or they're in the on-the-job training for the first time, even if you've been at multiple jobs for a while, but you find yourself in situations where you haven't been able to make an impact the way the world initially told you that you would be able to. If you only followed a certain prescribed set of rules that we have and get an education, get a career, buy a house, get a family, live happily ever after, and then, hey, it didn't work. I want to prevent more people from getting to the it didn't work part. That is my mission. And it's because of what I've lived through personally, but also what I've seen so many of my friends and coworkers go through, where we have been sold this lie that ended up not being true, but it's a long-term case study. By the time you finally figure out that it's not true, it's like, embarrassment. I don't want to talk about it. I'll pass that problem on to the next generation. I'll just pretend like I got my stuff together and I know what's going on, even though inside my soul is definitely destroyed. I want to prevent that kind of feeling for future generations, as well as help the current ones that are in the middle of this thing totally reverse their story and use their story, what they have learned and what they have gotten out of living as long as we have, in a way that is positive, regardless of, and most importantly, sometimes because of the negative things we've been through. A lot of times we like to sweep that stuff under the carpet, and that's actually where most of our value is to be had. I'm very fond of the saying that our greatest life stories and deepest ministries will come from our deepest hurts. And it's not my saying, and I've totally bastardized it. It's actually coming from a book called The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And it's very true. I've seen it time and time again, where when we pretend that we know what we're doing, we alienate people. But the moment we start unveiling our vulnerabilities, in a safe environment, obviously, you got to be careful who you tell what to, but the moment we start sharing our vulnerabilities is the moment that people start coming to life with trust, with collaboration, with like, well, hey, if you're willing to share that, maybe I should tell you what it is I've been through and what I want to do and why it hasn't worked yet. And these awesome conversations have happened not throughout my entire life, but enough times in very significant, impactful ways that I'm like, wow, there is something to this. And that is what I aspire to do with this first of very many, hopefully very many Shhpeak Up courses that I will be teaching. So with that being said, if you are interested in this for yourself, or if you know somebody that could benefit from any of what I just tried to describe, I would really appreciate your help in letting them know about this. So send them the link or sign up yourself. I'd love to see you in class. I am limiting this to 100 people initially because I want to make sure to put a whole bunch of value into this and that I don't scale to the point where I can't do something good for you. So it is going to be very selective initially. And so we're going to be closing down this landing page, this opportunity, sometime, I believe it's February 10th. So if this is at all interesting to you right now or very soon, act soon. And this is not a scarcity thing, but it's definitely a purposefully small cohort that I'm trying to craft so that I get and by the way, I'm going to be actually reviewing applications because my intention is to just not let everybody in initially, but to only allow those in that have a similar mission, that they align with what I'm trying to do with this so that we can maximize the opportunity for success of the first 100 people that get into this. Once we learn and we grow and we understand more what this is going to look like and how it's going to unfold into the future, growth can happen naturally. But I've worked for too many corporate jobs and other places where the value was not value but money, and let's just grow and scale really quickly, and then all of a sudden all we're doing is scaling, not value but money and broken promises. And so I unsubscribed to that from that a long time ago, and that is definitely not what I want to do with this, and it's why I'm being so carefully selective of the people. So with that hopeful intrigue aside, I want to say happy holidays to you guys. Thank you so much again for joining the giveaway, and looking forward to seeing you in class on the other side. Peace.